Yo, what's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today watching UnrealEntGaming. Beyond Dragon Ball Super, Ultra Instinct Goku versus Ultra Ego Vegeta. New tournament rules revealed. Alright, man, look. We're gonna keep it going. Man. So let's get into it, because you already know what's going on. All out battle and shoot.
As our story continues inside the Room of Spirit and Time, with Goku being shown having to shatter past his Super Saiyan Blue limits, and now being shown having to stack Kaioken times 30 on top of Super Saiyan Blue, it was as the gods were observing where Whis went on to comment, "Well, I do say I'm quite impressed that Goku was able to actually achieve such a feat. His power has skyrocketed beyond what it was, but now the question remains, will this be enough to win him the battle against Vegeta?" As Beerus went on to chime in, "No way. Goku's good, but I don't see this being enough to put Vegeta down," he says. His first test is maintaining the power. The second, surviving, Beerus says. Let's see. As Ultra Ego Vegeta had gone in, observing Goku transform by responding, "Good, you did it. You're shaking," he says. "Hurry and fight me before you break under the pressure of the Kaioken," he says. "Your move. You wanted to face the strongest, did you? Well, prove your worth and come at me." As with Goku finally being able to now stack Kaioken times 30 on top of Super Saiyan Blue, it was only during this initial transformation where Goku went on to say to himself, "Multiplying the Kaioken 30 times over isn't going to last forever, so I have to try and see how far I can go with this," he says. "I have to get myself adjusted, otherwise, it's lights out," Goku says. As it was during this initial moment where Goku had gone in dashing directly towards Vegeta, with the Grand Priest having to then ask, "He sure seems determined, doesn't he?" I'm sure Goku knows that he has a long way to go if he hopes of matching the strongest, Whis says, but if he is unable to grow strong enough with the time given by you, Grand Minister, then I don't think he will stand a chance, he says. "Look, see, what did I tell you?" Beerus comments. "He can't even touch Vegeta. It won't work. He's simply not strong enough no matter what version of Blue he uses," he adds. As with Goku being shown having to desperately do everything within his own ability by using Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 30, in doing the best that he can to land a single strike on Vegeta, it was only during that point where Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Not bad, Kakarot. If I was using anything other than this power, then you certainly would have had the edge over me without question, but it's painfully clear to the both of us now that this simply isn't going to be enough to win you the battle," he says. With Vegeta then quickly following up by punching Goku in the face and knocking his entire aura off of his body, it was only during that initial strike where Vegeta went on to continue, "You have no choice here, Kakarot, none. If your Kaioken doesn't break you, then I will. Either find a way to fight back, or I'm going to break every single bone that you have in your body." As with Vegeta then being shown having to Spartan kick Goku in the chest and knocking him back, the Grand Priest then went on to comment, "The Saiyan is certainly taking a lot of punishment out there against Vegeta," he adds, "but his attempts of raising his Kaioken beyond what he's used to simply wasn't going to cut it," he says. "Goku has exhausted all of his options in this fight," the Grand Priest continues. "He will either need to use his strongest form to match Vegeta, or he will be beaten into submission. Perhaps giving this Saiyan 30 days to train simply wasn't going to be enough, I'm afraid. If he is having this much trouble against Vegeta, then just imagine what it will be like once he faces the five mightiest," the Grand Priest says. "So then, is there any way for this time that was given to possibly be extended, Grand Minister?" Whis asks. "Well, judging based from what I'm seeing, I'm afraid Son Goku will need all the time he could buy to get stronger before fighting in this exhibition," he says. "Hey, look," Beerus chimes in, "the mortal isn't done. He still has a bit of fight left within him," he says. Typical Saiyan. As with Goku shown in tremendous pain and holding on to his chest, that was when Goku went on to acknowledge Vegeta by telling him, "Oh, Vegeta, oh man, you really aren't making this easy for me. Well, it looks like I have no other choice then. It's either I go all out or I perish," Goku says. As it was during this moment where Goku had already known that he had no other choice but to use his most powerful transformation, in which as Goku went on to close his eyes, that's when Whis went on to comment, "Goku's greatest strength lies within his ability to understand the danger in which he is in, thus pushing him into being that much more driven in seeing his battle through until the very end. Though his lower levels certainly do need much improvement, Vegeta here has proven given that Goku will need to dig much deeper than ever before if he ever wishes to overcome the challenge in which he is currently up against. A serious-minded and focused Goku is without question the most dangerous, but against a rival who happens to wield the power of a destroyer god, this will certainly not be easy for him. Little by little, Goku will understand this and thus hopefully be able to evolve himself into the very warrior that he truly desires to become one day. Yeah, well, he's still never going to surpass me, so he can keep dreaming, Beerus responds. As with Vegeta now overseeing how Goku is undergoing his transformation, that's when Vegeta went on to comment, "Ah, I was wondering when you'd pull this rabbit out of that hat of yours. Wonderful. Just what I was looking forward to facing." As the Grand Priest also went on to chime in, "It never ceases to amaze me in witnessing such a mortal be able to achieve such power like this," he says. "I wonder how skilled he truly is if he expects to be any sort of match against those who he will be facing," he says. "But I also sense conflicting emotions within him. Could it possibly be doubt, fear, or confusion?" the Grand Priest asks. He seems very fixated after meeting the mightiest. An emotional issue that hinders on one's potential cannot possibly be afforded during this event, he says. Otherwise, he will lose himself first before he loses the battle that he originally was asking for. As with Vegeta finally getting in what he had wanted in seeing Goku unleash the power of Ultra Instinct, it was during this initial moment where Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "It's about time you go all out. Your other forms were starting to bore me, so maybe this ought to make me break a sweat or two. Since I gave you the honors before, allow me to take the lead then," which was exactly what Vegeta had gone in doing, because the very moment Vegeta was then shown having to dash directly towards Goku, Vegeta had attempted in striking Goku, with Goku being shown closing his eyes and effortlessly being able to dodge Vegeta's strike, as even Whis himself went on to chime in by asking, "There, you see? This is only just the beginning." "Oh, please, Whis," Beerus says. "Vegeta missed one strike, so what? Just you watch. Goku's already in deep water as it is, so it's only a matter of time before Vegeta finally finishes him off once and for all," he says. But even then, with Vegeta being shown having to strike Goku, with Goku being shown dodging each and every single one of his strikes, it was only from there where Whis went on to add even more insult to injury by telling Beerus, "Are you sure it was just one strike, my lord? Because from what it looks like, Vegeta seems to be missing a lot of his attacks now, isn't he?" But it still doesn't change the fact that the mortal also seems to be waging another battle from within, the Grand Priest chimes in. Let's see if this internal conflict will manifest itself onto the surface as this continues. To where as Goku was also shown having to catch one of Vegeta's punches, that's when Goku went on to tell him, "What's wrong? I thought you'd make me work for it, yet you can't even lay a finger on me now," Goku says. "You just keep running that mouth of yours, Kakarot. I'll just have to try a little harder, that's all." In which Vegeta wasn't bluffing, because as Goku had gone in attempting to strike Vegeta with Vegeta having to vanish, it was only when Vegeta had gone in teleporting where he then went on to tell Goku, "I can turn things up just like you." "Impressive," Beerus adds. "That's the way, Vegeta. Make that Goku work for it. He's fast, but Vegeta isn't that far behind," he adds, which had then ultimately prompted Vegeta in firing down multiple ki blasts down at Goku, with Goku once again proving his wits by being able to avoid, duck, and dodge each and every single one of Vegeta's ki blasts. It was during this initial engagement, as Vegeta kept firing more and more ki blasts at Goku, where Goku from there was shown getting ever so closer towards Vegeta, which from there had led Goku in finding his mark in connecting a ferocious uppercut to Vegeta's stomach, with the gods having to oversee this on Beerus' planet. That's when Beerus went on to chime in after seeing this by responding, "Sir,
I can't wait till the actual manga come out, bro. Like, damn, bro. Don't the new one come out this month? Damn. And they gonna do it's gonna slow down though. It's gonna be like what Goten and Trunks, right? So, but I can't wait till the real manga come out, man. Fuck.
What's going on in there? What are you doing, Vegeta? Mow that Saiyan down!" "Impressive," the Grand Priest says. "It appears as though Son Goku has truly improved quite a bit since his showcasing at the Tournament of Power. Not bad at all," he says. In which, as Vegeta's body was then shown shaking following Goku's initial strike, that's when Vegeta went on to tell Goku, You don't get a big head. Yes, Vegeta says. I'm loving every bit of this, Kakarot. That's the way. He's unaffected by my attack, Goku says. As within that very moment, Vegeta had gone and now finding his opening, and from there being shown having to double axe handle Goku across the head by telling him, "You're damn right, Kakarot. Now brace yourself, clown, because now I owe you for that one," with Beerus being shown cheering on by shouting, "Yeah, that's right, Vegeta. Pound that idiot Goku onto the ground." Oh, and there it is, the Grand Priest says. It was that one moment of hesitation that led Vegeta in finding the opening that he needed to strike Goku when he least expected it. A very foolish mistake to make in combat, he adds. But even then, with Goku being shown having to land on his feet, that's when Whis went on to chime in by responding, "I'm noticing a few things that Goku could definitely improve upon before his big battle. It'll be noted for when we continue his training, but thus far the difference between what he was and what he currently is very clear," he says. To whereas Vegeta had gone for a massive stomp from above, with Goku being shown having to quickly leap out of the way, in an act of frustration, that's when Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Damn you, weasel. You think running away will save you? I'll catch you sooner or later, Kakarot. You can't avoid me forever." Those two do sure seem like they have a score to settle with the other, the Grand Priest says. It's rare to witness such powers collide under such circumstances, but tell me, Whis, with the time given, can your warrior ensure us that he will be ready? With Whis responding, "I'm not sure. Goku's a brilliant fighter and an incredible warrior nevertheless, but watching him fight Vegeta showed me how much more he needs to work on before he is truly ready." As all the while with Vegeta once again being shown having to miss each and every single one of his strikes, that's when Vegeta went on to shout by telling Goku, "Damn it, Kakarot, since when were you this fast? Oh, this is getting annoying. Why can't I hit you?" To whereas we then see how Goku had gone in blocking one of Vegeta's knee strikes, that's when Goku went on to respond by telling Vegeta, "I've worked very hard on making sure my reflexes were up to par, and though I may be behind Whis when it comes to avoiding danger, I think it's safe to say that I'm doing a good job at where I'm currently at." As Vegeta went on to respond, "Why, you're mocking me, aren't you? Wait till I get my hands on you. You'll slip up sooner or later, and when you do, that's when I'll be right there ready to smash your face in," Vegeta says. As within that moment, after having to initially miss his strike, Vegeta had gone in grabbing onto Goku's gi, and thus being shown tugging Goku forward, and then being shown having to headbutt Goku directly in the forehead, in which even the gods who were spectating this went on to respond, "Ouch," Whis says. "Oh, I know that one had to have hurt. I knew Vegeta would get a hold of him one way or another," Beerus says, and he did. He got that headbutt tactic from me, you know. Quite effective, isn't it? Yes, well, although stunned, it appears as though Goku is still refusing to go down despite the unexpected strike, the Grand Priest says. To where once again, as Vegeta was shown attempting to strike Goku, as he went on to miss his strike yet again, the frustration that was beginning to emanate from Vegeta was very, very noticeable, as Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Why, you hold still! Fight back, you coward! Stop running from me!" "Who said I was running, Vegeta?" To where it was only within that moment where Vegeta had finally gotten what he had been asking for, with Goku from there being shown having to knee Vegeta in the stomach. Vegeta from that point on was shown having to slowly lift his head and being shown laughing and responding, "So you aren't all smoke and mirrors after all. But what was that supposed to be? You are nothing compared to me," Vegeta shouts, as he was once again shown having to latch onto Goku's gi, and from there being shown having to throw Goku forward, with Goku's body being shown rolling on the ground before having to stabilize himself. That's when Vegeta went on to continue, "Oh, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. So you may have wounded me a bit. So what?" Vegeta asks. "It'll only be fuel that's added to the fire that burns within me, the pride that I carry. Something that you know nothing about." To whereas we then go back to the Grand Priest, Beerus, and Whis, with the Grand Priest then shown having to leave, it was only during his exit where the Grand Priest went on to inform the other gods by telling them, "An impressive display from these mortals from the 7th, but it is clear to me that Goku will need more time if he ever hopes of being a worthy opponent for those he will fight. His 30-day limit will be extended into 1 full year," the Grand Priest says. "Make of this time as you would, and I certainly expect great results once his time comes." 1 full year to prepare, Beerus asks, and what if the mortal still isn't ready by the time the year is up? What exactly are the rules for this event going to be, with the Grand Priest responding, if Son Goku isn't ready once the year has passed, then he will be obliterated, the Grand Priest says. The rules are as simple as they come. Victory will be determined by ring out, knockout, submission, or by death. The 4 strongest will be given one perk in which they will share amongst themselves, and this perk will be the ability to tag in and out whenever they wish. Goku, however, will be given 3. His perks will include a total redo, granting him an immediate rematch of an initial battle he loses, a perk which allows for him to fully restore his power back to 100%, and a perk which grants Goku the ability to call for one partner of his choosing to aid him in the match that he wishes to use this perk on. Those will be his 3 lifelines, the Grand Priest says. Once they expire, then he will be on his own, and if he loses, then he will be erased without a trace. Those are—
Knowing Goku, he gonna use up all those perks in like the first 3 fights and shit. The last fight, he'll somehow become strong enough to beat that motherfucker. I don't know. You know how Goku gonna pull something out of
the
that.
consequences of this upcoming exhibition. 365 days, that will be all he is given to do what he needs to be ready, the Grand Priest says. His first opponent is already studying Goku's history along with his potential. I would only hope that you are able to do what is needed to have Goku prepare for the coming battle that lies ahead of him, as of course it most certainly will not be easy, he says. Thank you for allowing me the time to watch these Saiyans in action, the Grand Priest responds. I will be seeing you all very soon. Farewell, he says. And with the Grand Priest then being shown having to take his leave, that's when Beerus went on to turn towards Whis by telling him, he's doomed, Whis. 1 year isn't going to cut it. You'll need a miracle to help him reach such levels, because I'm certainly not going to help him. I'm going to help Vegeta train instead, with Whis responding, well, it won't be easy, but I'm sure I can manage to pull something off here. I'm actually surprised to see you want to train Vegeta despite rejecting the idea of a student, Lord Beerus. Evasive, aren't we, Kakarot? Vegeta went on to ask. Still think you have what it takes to outlast me in this fight? You're good, but I'm that much better than you, and you know it, Vegeta says. What are you looking at? Having trouble maintaining your Ultra Instinct already? Don't tell me you're done now, with Goku responding, far from it. The fact that I am now able to keep up with you shows me the difference in power compared to what I was using before. And what's more is what lies beyond this. I can only imagine that the difference would be that much greater than what it is now, Goku says. I know there's something above this. I can feel it. And I'll do everything that I can to find out what it is, he says. You don't seem so sure of yourself anymore, Vegeta. Is that because I'm able to match you now, or is it because you know that you're going to lose? Because you aren't the only one who's getting stronger during this fight, and I intend to show you exactly what I'm capable of as this fight progresses. But then, to Goku's surprise, that's when Vegeta had gone and sticking his arm out by charging up for a massive Hakai Ball and telling Goku, but it won't progress, Kakarot. And do you want to know why? It's because I'm going to smash what's left of you with this. Think you have what it takes to hold this off, Vegeta asks? You should know better than anyone as to what this is, as Goku went on to respond, wait, certainly you wouldn't. You just aren't, with Vegeta responding, oh, but I am, Kakarot. I'm going to put everything I have into this attack, and hopefully if you are as strong as you claim to be, then you should have no problem nullifying this attack once it comes in contact with you. You should have known better than to agree to fight me like this, Kakarot, and now it's going to cost you dearly. And who knows, Vegeta adds, maybe once I smash you, I'll take your place and fight those warriors myself. Sounds good, doesn't it? So what are you going to do?
Vegeta, you know you don't beat strong ass niggas like that. Topo, that he was strong, but come on now, your record is L's, nigga. You below 500, Vegeta. You below 500. Let's be honest. Against some real niggas, I mean, you could beat up. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when you beating up planets and shit, that's cool, but nah, against some real niggas, you wasn't. Your record kind of, you know what I'm saying? Your record kind of low.
do, Kakarot? Are you going to run away? It'll be useless because the blast will tag you regardless, so how about it? Let's see what you can do, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 5 special then.
Yeah, he gonna really fucking, he trying to kill that nigga, man. He gonna try to kill that nigga, man. Man, shout out to UnrealEntGaming for creating this story, man. It's great. It's funny, bro. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them train and shit, bro. I'm really excited to see what happens next, man. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.